Yeah, so what is going on, everyone? So let's discuss riding solo versus riding in a group. Let's go over the pros and cons. What are the pros to group riding? If you're a person who is quite anxious on the road, you know, you're fairly new to riding and you don't want that daunting aspect of being out on the roads on your own, being surrounded by a group of bikers who are kind of experienced can really aid you in you know, becoming comfortable on the roads and travelling to different destinations and all that stuff. Also, it's a great way to make friends and socialise. You know, if you're quite a social person and, you know, like to mix in and communicate with different people, being on a bike and going on group rides is a great way to socialise with people and make some great friends and, you know, even friends for life in some circumstances. You know, it's a great way to make friends and socialise with different people, and also you can get loads of stuff out of that. You know, if you're a person who's not really good at you know, fixing their bike, you know, if your bike's got an issue and you need it fixing, you don't want to pay big whopping money for it at the garage. You know, if you've been going on group rides and getting your face out there and communicating with different people, you know, you might not be able to fix the issue, but someone in the group might be able to for you at a discounted price or even for free if they like you that much. Or they're just a great person, you know. And that's what bikers do, you know, they help each other out in times of need. You know, there's nothing better than being on a group ride and, you know, travelling somewhere new, like a town, a nice town, you know, with a load of bikers and just rolling in there, you know. It's cool and it's fun. You know, you can go stop over and have a chat and just have a great day out. So what are some of the negatives or some of the cons of group rides? Well, you couldn't be mixing in with people with lots of different riding styles and different bikes, and that can present its own issues such as some riders might want to go fast and others just like to cruise and just take their time. So what can actually end up happening is you end up breaking off from each other on occasions, and if the people at the front are only the ones that know where they're going, you know, you can end up getting lost, and then it just creates a load of confusion within the group to try and get everyone back up together. Also, you might not like people's riding style in the group. You know, you might not like the way they ride. You know, they might filter through traffic, they might pull wheelies all the time, and, you know, it may upset you and make you feel kind of unsafe around them. So it affects your riding, and also it's going to affect your mentality in the day out. Yeah, so it may affect your riding and your overall day out, you know. You might not want to ride with them people again, or it might put you off group rides for good. But as long as you surround yourself with the right people that you want to ride with, then it is a really good way to ride a motorbike. You know, safety in numbers, as they say. So let's move on to riding solo. Well, what are the pros of riding solo? What are the cons of riding solo? So we'll start with the pros. The pros of riding solo is you can focus on your own riding, you know. You know, you don't have to worry about other people's riding and their styles and keeping up with the group and all that sort of thing. You can now just do your own thing. If you want to go fast, you go fast. You want to go and slow and cruise, sit behind the cars, you know, you do that, you know, it's your riding. And solo riding is a great way to focus on your riding, you know, make little improvements where you feel you can make improvements, work on things, you know, out on the road. You know, you're not going to affect anyone but yourself, really, as long as you're doing things that are road abiding, obviously. You know, but it's peaceful and it's relaxing riding on your own. You know, you're just away with your own thoughts and your own machine. Also, it builds that confidence up in you. If you're new to riding and you've not really experienced the roads, fucking hell, that car there. Yeah, so let's get back to the point. Is riding solo, it can be confidence boosting for you on your own, you know, going places on your own, experiencing the roads on your own. You know, it just makes you an overall better rider and a more responsible rider in a way, because you can handle yourself out there, and that's what's important. You know, it adds a bit of a greater sense of achievement to you as well, and a bit more satisfaction when you ride somewhere on your own that you probably didn't know where you was going. Say you go on an adventure, you don't know really where you're going, but you know, you make it to the place where you want to go. It just adds a little bit of satisfaction knowing that you've done that yourself. You know, you've created your own little adventure on your own. And also, if you're an introverted person who doesn't really like to socialise in quite large groups and, you know, all that sort of thing, you much prefer to just be in your own company. You know, solo riding's perfect, obviously. You know, it's just you and your thoughts and how you want to ride and all that sort of thing. Now, some of the cons to solo riding is obviously it can get boring at times. If you're going somewhere really, really far, you know, and there's a couple of stop-off points before you make it to your destination and you're on your own, you know, there's no one to talk to really, and you can't exactly talk to yourself, otherwise you'll look kind of mental. But you know what I mean? It's it might end up being a bit boring, you know, constantly being on your own. You know, sometimes it is nice to just mix in with a few different people now and then. You know, attend the biker meets and all that sort of thing. You know, it's good to get part of the community. You know, don't try and like separate yourself from it and always be on your own. You know, and don't communicate with other bikers. Sometimes it's nice just to you know, go to a meet-up or stop over, you know, say hi to a few people and all that sort of thing. Also, as well, as I mentioned about the anxiety and stuff of being a new rider on the road and not experiencing the road much, if you're on your own, you might feel uneasy and your anxiety might be increased being on your own, because you feel kind of vulnerable and a bit scared and stuff. Now, the only way you could really improve that is riding on your own, but if you don't want to venture out and jump in the deep end that much, you know, hanging around with a few other bikers before you reach that point, you know, get yourself comfortable with other people around you and then make your steps to riding alone, you know, that can be done. You know, me personally, I do ride a lot on my own, and that's just because the way my personality is. You know, I'm quite a, let's put it like I like to be in my own company. You know, I don't thrive off huge social gatherings. You know, I don't mind a few people around me, but I much prefer just being on my own, focusing on the my own riding and my own things, you know. I do believe it is good to have a balance, not just always be on your own, but to mix in with others as well. You know, and I've been on a few group rides, you know, so it's not exactly like I'm not getting my, you know, face out there sort of thing. You know, I'm mixing in with the community every now and then. You know, I'm on the biker groups and all that sort of thing. You know, so I'm mixing in. So I'm not completely separating myself, but I do like to majority of my riding on my own. It's just the way I prefer it. And it's the way I started riding, you know. I started riding knowing nobody in biking, and I learned basically myself. You know, I didn't have a dad who was showing me the ropes in biking. You know, I kind of just learned it all myself, and you know, watched videos and stuff and learnt it. And obviously doing the biking lessons like CBT and all that sort of thing. So yeah, guys, they're just my thoughts and opinions on it, on group riding and solo riding. I hope you may have found this kind of informative and got a few things out of it. You know, let me know down in the comment section what you prefer to do. Do you prefer to ride solo, or do you prefer to riding a group of people? Yeah, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.